Um, Aside from that, I haven't really been playing much of anything. I did go ahead and jump into Call of Duty.
Okay.
As far as the campaign, I think I'm on like the 4th or 5th level. And I will say this one is different from the last one I played. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think the last one I played was the I want to say the one. Damn, now
Was
I
it
can't
the
think
Cold
of it.
War one?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, it wasn't the Cold War one. It was the one where they were. Damn it! Now I got to look it up because now it's gonna bug me.
So I think since I've had it, there was the Cold War one, Vanguard. I want to say was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
And was there a 3 in there as well?
There was a Modern Warfare 3.
Okay, I'm not crazy on that. They did do a 3. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so Call of Duty World War II. That's the last one I played.
The campaign. Okay, that's a little bit further back. Okay.
Yeah.
I played that one as well.
That was a solid campaign. Yeah, I really enjoyed my time on that one. That was fun. That was probably the last one I actually played through. Because I haven't really been. I don't know, man. Like Call of Duty can be hit or miss sometimes, real big.
It can.
And so it's like if you're really not diehard playing like the multiplayer, it's kind of like what's the point in buying a $60 game for that?
It's always seemed to me like, and that's why I think it's perfect that it's on Game Pass now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always been like the perfect rental game, in my opinion.
Perfect.
Because I know I'm never going to be that checked into them. I'm never going to get to that original Black Ops era. Like,
not at all.
I want to play multiplayer all the time. Like that bug's never going to bite me again. But it is the perfect, like, they're usually 6 to 8 hour campaigns, and I'm good. Like I finished, I go, that was
done.
solid.
That was fun. That was,
and
a lot
every
of fun
once in a while, there's one like Ghost wasn't a very good game. There's one other one in there. I did like Advanced Warfare. I really liked, and most people hate it, but the Infinite Warfare.
Yeah,
that space one, because I like space stuff. So that one I liked, but a lot of people hated that one for some reason, and that was why they were like, okay, we're gonna take it all the way back to World War II. So. And I enjoyed that one as well. And I even I was skeptical about rebooting Modern Warfare because I thought it was too soon.
Yeah.
But I ended up enjoying that. But I got to that point where we switched over to these new systems in 2020, and I was like, I think I'm good on Call of Duty for a while. And that turned into 5 years. So that's why I looked at. I'm like, boy, it has been 5 years since I played a new Call of Duty. So,
well, and I am the same way you feel. I'm thankful that it's on Game Pass because, and the cool thing is, when you go to the Game Pass and you go to download it, you have the option of buying like the Elite one if you really want to buy the game. You know what I mean? So, if you really are a fan of it, then totally buy it. But if you're just gonna play for the campaign and then pretty much check out for everything else, there's really no point in it. So
yeah.
I'm cool with it. Like, I'm going to play through the campaign, and I think I'm going to tackle the zombies multiplayer because I've heard positive things about that so far.
Zombies mode is usually pretty good.
Yeah. So
it just gets a little wacky.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can maybe find a couple of guys to play that with, like some of the people I used to play with, and see if they're down for it. And get through that. Aside from that, I've been playing small things here and there. Nothing really big. My youngest has been on my Switch consistently now, so he's been playing through Super Mario Odyssey and Super Smash and Mario Kart and everything that he can get his hands on. But he found this game I downloaded not too long ago I think it's called Lick Speed. It's like a German game or like a German developer. I don't know you know what? Hell, I got it on Switch.
I've not. Yeah, it's not something I've heard of.
Yeah, it was kind of random. I got it.
Was this on the digital store?
Yeah, it's called Lickspear. LICHTSPEER, and it kind of reminds me of an Angry Birds type thing.
Okay.
As far as you're a guy, you're holding a spear and you're literally just tossing it through the level to try and defeat the boss, to defeat whoever you're fighting at that point in time. It's actually a really fun game. It's really solid. He kind of discovered. Apparently, I downloaded it at some point. I think it was a free game through I know there's a developer that did it last Christmas, and I think the year before that, where they had the 12 games of Christmas.
That. Yeah,
I downloaded all of them because I was like, even if I don't play these, it's cool to have.
They're in your account too, so
yeah, so you can always keep them. Yeah. So I downloaded a bunch of them, and I think that was one of them, and he jumped on it, and I was like, this is actually pretty fun, dude. So I think I'm going to try to play some of that randomly, because he got kind of, like, he was playing it, then he kept dying, and so he got pissed off, and I understood. But, yeah, solid game. So far it's just been interesting, but yeah, that's all I've tackled this week. I haven't really gotten into too much.
I still have that, if we don't announce the damn Switch 2 by the end of the year, that I'll start playing some of these Switch games next year. So I got I have my copy of Zelda sitting there, and I'd forgotten that I think it's next week that Brothership game comes out. And I don't know if I'll buy that right away, because it's the kind of thing where, like, is that game really going to go on sale? Probably not. It's a Nintendo game.
No, I mean, it might go to like $50 occasionally.
I keep watching Luigi's Mansion 2 because I need it to complete having those, and my price is $40, and I've seen it hit $45.
Oh man.
And it's the kind of thing where I'm like, all right, if it hits and it's $45 on Black Friday, like, I'll do it at that point. But
I feel like it's going to go down. I feel like that either 45, maybe 40 max, because I feel like even last year, like, anything Zelda based was like 40.
Yeah.
At the very bottom. So it's like, okay, well, I mean, that's the downfall with Switch games, is, if it's Nintendo based, it's not going to go down in price, and you just have to eventually eat the cost, because you're like, if I want it, I'm going to pay for it. So
and that was the thing, is like the beginning of October when I set up behind me the Switch, and I was gonna making sure that the Elgato and stuff still worked, and I threw on randomly Mario Wonder, and then realized, like, that game's awesome, and I did not intend to sit there and stream for like an hour and a half. It was just testing. And I streamed for like an hour and a half. And that's when I made that realization of, like, all right, if we get to the end of the year and, like, we still haven't announced this stupid new Nintendo, like, I guess I will just play these games. Because, like, that's the whole thing. I'm waiting, because I know they're going to play better on this new system. So
yeah, for sure.
I'd be shocked if it doesn't work that way. So
yeah,
but we'll see. I'm shocked that we got through the entire month of October and nothing was said. Like, it's to the point now where I really think that they might not actually make an announcement until the spring.
You think it comes out in the spring? Like, just announce it and drop it?
They can't do it that fast. That's the thing. Like, you have to have at least... If I go back to when they announced the original Switch to when it came out, it was 6 months.
Yeah.
And I feel like if, let's say... it's January, I feel like then it's May, June.
Okay.
And the thing about it is they can do it whenever they want. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not like Microsoft and Sony, they always like going in the fall because they like going during the holiday. Nintendo released that last system in March.
Yeah, they really don't give a shit.
They don't care because they know you're going to buy it. They could literally release it on Christmas Day. They don't care.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, they don't give a shit.
They know you'll line up at the store and buy it. So it's really hard to gauge like when, but I would move my prediction now. I think it's January is the announcement, and I think it's May. Well, June.
I mean, if you really think about it, like, Switch fans buy the Switch. It doesn't matter. Like, think about, in my head, I think about that guy. I think his name is Woods. He does a couple of Game Chasers. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I watch his stuff a lot, and like, that dude has like every Switch made for the US. And in my head, I'm like,
gosh,
why? Like, there's not a. I'm sitting here debating on buying a PS5 versus a PS5 Pro or a Series X, and I'm like, I don't even want to do that. But then part of me is like, I need to do that, and I'm still like, what in my mind would make me want to buy another $300 system just because it has a different casing on it
or a different color? Yeah, exactly.
A different color scheme, like this Splatoon model and the it's just like, I get it though.
I didn't even get an OLED. Like, I still rock my shockingly, I still rock my launch day system.
Same.
I've never had a problem with it.
My controllers have stick drift, which I need to.
I never got the stick drift thing with the. I have switched out my nunchucks though, because I went from the red, blue to yellow. But I've never had the stick drift. I did have a thing where like in the case that I had at the time dropped, and when that happened, you know how it clicks in. One of the sides doesn't click in anymore, and that's not a thing on the controller. That's on the actual unit, but it is what it is. Most of the time, if I play a Switch game, I'm using those big grips anyways. Yeah. If it's handheld, so I don't care. And if I'm playing it on TV, I have a Pro controller. So
same here.
But like the system itself, it's never been like overheating or anything like that. Like it gets warm, but any system you have on for a while gets warm. But like it's never been, oh wow, this needs to be changed out.
Yeah, not at all. Like, and that's the thing too, is I have my launch day Switch, and I still use it. Like it's good. It's fantastic.
The battery life, like I don't think the battery's really been like, it's not horrible.
I mean, my youngest is on it. He's literally been on it for the past month. Like off and on, he will put his tablet in front of him, and he'll have the Switch in, like the tablet behind the Switch, and he'll be playing the Switch and watching his tablet simultaneously.
There you go.
And number one, I don't know how he does it, because I can't do that anymore. Like my brain just doesn't have the concentration for it. But like, yeah, he's on it essentially all day, and the battery lasts probably from about like 10 in the morning when he comes home from school till about 8 p.m. at night, and it's finally dead. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you've gone the whole day with this thing. Like at this point in time, it's dead. We need to put it on the charger.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think that's a bad battery anyway.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
It's better than a DualShock 5 or DualSense battery, that's for sure.
Oh god.
That thing, like I can play like an hour, like a 2 to 3 hour session of either like we played Outriders the other night, Dan and I, or play Silent Hill or something. And by the end of it, it's like it's time to charge this controller. And it's not an old controller. And I don't play, like I use my Xbox more than my PlayStation. So just by the nature of owning two of them in two different rooms. So
I just don't understand. Like even the PS4 controllers die quicker than the Xbox controllers do. I don't understand that.
And I do the same thing with both these systems now, where I have the controller docks.
Yeah.
So
same.
You know, I with the Xbox right here, like I even have it right here.
Mm-hmm.
And these are my favorite ones, even though technically these colors don't they're not the same, but it isn't if you look close enough, but it actually works. So
yeah.
But I have that, like I bought that because that was that Phantom. You got like a special dynamic background if you got that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought three. I have three of these because I have two out there and then one in here, and those things are solid. They're solid as hell. So compared to the DualSense,
it's wild, man. Like just the whole just the dynamic of those,
I would have been more excited instead of the PS5 Pro if they announced, hey, we've doubled the battery life of the DualSense.
That probably would have sold more.
That would have sold me on a $5 increase on the controller.
That's bananas.
Instead of just here's the same shit controller for $5 more.
No, man. And I think that's like, for me, that's what's leaning me away from buying a PS5 is just all of that crap. And
well, it's like I told you today, because you're in the spot now where it's like, okay, what realistically, you don't want to own both these systems.
I really don't.
And I don't blame you.
Like, not at all.
As someone who owns two of one and one of the other, and I don't use the one enough, I just use it for exclusive stuff, or if one of my friends wants to play a game there because they're not on the Xbox,
yeah,
you know, then we'll play it there. But like I said to you, like it really comes down to, do you want a system where you can play Game Pass, or do you want a system that it does play everything, but you're going to have to buy those games? That's the thing.
Yeah, I know. And like for me, I think I want an Xbox Series X just because I think like we were talking about earlier, like I feel like Xbox has better deals on their digital games.
Yeah, like they tend to, and especially if you have Game Pass, then you tend to get an even better deal.
Yeah. And so it's like, okay, well maybe I should just stick to them. But then like I told you beforehand, like right now my youngest is actively playing games, and every time we go to someone's house that has a PS5, he picks up Astrobot. Like it's instantaneously. He knows PS5 has Astrobot. I want to play Astrobot. And he jumps into it. And it's just
been
like
crazy to see young kids cling to that like we would have clinged to Mario.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of like anybody in my group of friends that has young kids, they're super into that game.
And that's kind of like where I'm at. Like as a gamer dad, do I really want to say no to him because he's found something he really, and dude, he'll play that for hours, like,
and they'll make another one.
Yeah, and so that's why part of me is like, man, maybe I just buy a PS. But then I feel bad, like I'm gonna buy a PS5 for my 4-year-old. Like, what the hell? So I don't know. We'll debate on that.
It's a hard thing. Like again, the other thing I would say is like just see what the deals are on Black Friday. There always are deals.
Yeah,
I know last year the Series X got down to like $350.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping they do that today. Like this year too. I really, if they do, like if I see one drop for $350, I'll definitely grab it because that's the machine I'd rather play. That's the machine I load up every single day without a heartbeat, just because I have all my game, like I have Game Pass and everything there. So I just play that totally. But if the Series X drops down low enough to where I can feel okay with buying it and buying a PS5, if like even if the PS5 goes down to like $440, I'd be fine with that. Like
I mean, hey, you don't need to get a PS5 Pro.
No, hell no. I
went so today when I was looking, I went on Amazon to look for something and it popped up as like a recommended item because I was like, can you still just order one? Yeah,
you can, can't you? Yeah,
and you totally can. And so I just to see, I was like, I went to Walmart, I went to Target.com, I went to Best Buy. There's one other one I went to. Every single one of them, you can just order one because because it's $700. That's why. Like, there's no reason. I think people have realized like there will be a crowd, there will be people that buy it for sure, but it's not. Like it's too expensive.
It's too expensive. They can't
sell what it is.
I just don't see the appeal in owning something that can essentially do a little bit better than what the PS5 currently produces. Like you can't sell me. Like if you told me if you're about to hey, look, you're about to buy this 2024 Hyundai. But let me tell you what, the 2024 year-end model gets you 5% more gas mileage. Like, no, I'm not going to trade my car in just for 5. No, I'm okay. Like, it's not financially smart, and it's just not worth it. Like,
for me, it's like the games that they've shown, I've already played. I don't need to go back to them this fast. The one like there, and don't get me wrong, there are like two. Like I think it's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There was one other one's like you can tell the difference. Like between like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, if you put that game on performance mode on a PS5, it looks rough visually, and like on the PS5 Pro, like no, it's an insanely noticeable upgrade.
Yeah,
and like that's fine. I put almost 100 hours into that game earlier this year. I'm not ready to go back to that. Like. I'm not, and like then they show all the other stuff. Like I'm never gonna play Last of Us 2 again. Yeah. I don't need to play God of War 2 again. I don't need to play Horizon Forbidden West again. I'm probably not even gonna play this. I think it just came out yesterday. The Horizon, the first one remaster.
Oh yeah.
So like I'll probably do that $10 upgrade just to like pop the trophies that I already have because you can do that and then be good. But I'm not gonna actually sit there and spend the time to play it because it didn't need to happen. So.
I just feel like the PS5, right? The PS5 Pro is just such a cash grab. It's just I can't. I mean, yeah, if I know anybody that gets it, that's great for them. But there's nothing you're going to tell me that's going to make me.
The only thing I'm interested in, and because it's not out in the wild yet, so we're not going to know until it's out and people get their hands on it, is they have said time and time again that there are other benefits for like older PS4 games, but what are those? Like that is the thing I'm interested in as someone who has a giant library, a lot of games that are sealed, that would be something that would incentivize me to open some of those games and play them.
Yeah,
but I need to know what it's doing.
What kind of enhancement are you going to do when you essentially sell the upgraded versions for like you said, for like $10-15? Like,
yeah,
at that point you're telling me that's not worth it. Mm-hmm. Essentially, I don't know. Like it's just hot. It's a ball of fucking hot garbage. Is all I'm saying.
It's awful. It's awful.
It's horrible.